Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, we are going to be doing a reading and energy update for our beautiful collective here on YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and start by shuffling the traditional tarot cards to get us into today's messages. If you are new to the channel, then welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I channel these collective readings every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And there is also a live chat feature for our community that is available during the live premieres of these readings on those specific days and times. Those are really powerful, activating, energetic spaces. So I really recommend tuning in for one of those live premieres if you feel guided to do so, if it's aligned for you. But as I'm shuffling here, if you would like to contribute your energy in a stronger way to allow me to channel more specifically for you in today's reading, then I do recommend subscribing to the channel, as this is a form of energy transfer that does tend to allow me to pick up more easily on your energy and channel in a more relevant way for you, both in this reading video and in future videos as well. There also will be an extended version of this reading where we'll go deeper into the messages. And as always, that will be in our beautiful Patreon soul tribe. So if you ever feel guided to join on Patreon at any point during the reading, the link to do so will be in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. For those of you considering joining on Patreon, keep in mind that I do channel an extended, more exclusive, closed version of these readings every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, along with these main collective readings. Okay, so this is really interesting. I was debating between pulling from either one of my oracle card decks or the traditional tarot. And now I see why, because when I started shuffling the traditional tarot deck, there was actually one of the other oracle card decks accidentally left and mixed up in this first deck. So clearly that's the card that I was looking for here to get us started. And this card is Rise Above. Now, I'm seeing a hot air balloon that might be relevant for someone, but on the image of this card, I'm also just getting this kind of dreamy scene. There's a hot air balloon flying through a starry sky at night over what appears to be maybe a lake or an ocean. So any of these things could be relevant to you. But there's also this feeling of something being almost surreal. And the person that I'm picking up on in today's reading seems to be in kind of this surreal, energetic space. You might be having very vivid dreams. You might be working a lot in the astral realm, meaning you might be consciously remembering so-called dreams, which are actually, in this case, true soul encounters where you are meeting, interacting with, connecting with, etc., other physical people or souls in your dreams, which again, these dreams that you might be having could actually be astral realm experiences that are meaningful on a soul level. But for others of you, there's almost this mystical quality about your energy that you might be sensing within yourself, this kind of floating feeling. And I'm getting that others are sensing this about you as well. I'm getting the message that connecting with you transports others almost into this alternate dimension, because when someone connects with you, it actually helps them subconsciously and energetically to connect with their own spiritual self, their inner self, their own internal world. And in fact, it's impossible for someone to truly get close to you emotionally, physically, consistently in physical 3D terms unless they are willing to take that journey within themselves. We've been channeling this recently, but I feel it's worth noting here that if someone wants to get to know you, they have to be open to taking an internal journey within themselves, because that is what you lead others into. And in fact, it's impossible to get closer to you in a consistent, stable way if someone isn't willing to go on that inner journey within themselves. Now, all of this seems to be possibly coming up because there might be someone very specific that you're connecting with who you are taking on that inner journey within themselves. Whoever this person is, they sense this deeply mysterious quality about you and about your essence. They are approaching you with a sense of deep reverence because subconsciously they recognize that there is something special going on with your energy, that you are someone to be approached with respect. This could be a friend, a coworker, a business opportunity, a romantic opportunity. So take this however it resonates. But here we have the Page of Wands, the 10 of Wands. Who is this person coming up here? Okay, so the person coming up here is actually the Knight of Cups and the 9 of Cups. So this is someone who sees you as being a wish come true for them. So this, I'm hearing manifestation. They feel as though they've manifested you into their life. But that could be the case even if this is non-romantic. So even a friend or an opportunity business-wise or collaboratively, whatever this is, this person senses this mystical, magical quality about you, is approaching you with a great deal of respect that actually in the physical at times might look like not guardedness, but maybe a hesitancy. Maybe, for example, if this is romantic, this person will be very cautious about outright flirting with you or being overtly romantic with you because they want to handle you with the utmost reverence. They don't want to disrespect you or your energy because they really hold you in a high regard. I'm hearing they don't want to treat you like the others. So maybe this is them wanting to approach or treat you differently than other people that they've encountered. Or maybe this is in the reverse. Maybe you've been approached or treated a certain way by many people that was of a lower caliber than your worth. And this is someone who wants to treat you at your level of worth, who wants to treat you with the utmost respect and reverence. Again, whether this is in business, romantic, or platonically. Now, I will say with the Knight of Cups, this is someone who wants to make you some kind of offer from the heart in connecting with you. Really, this person is following a feeling, a gut level feeling, a sense that they have about you that they can't shake. There is this dream-like quality about you to this person. So this sense that they can't quite fully capture or define the idea of you, but it's also magically and magnetically pulling them in. There is this deep desire to figure you out because of this level of mystery here. But again, I feel this is someone still being very hesitant, even in regards to how they converse with you, the questions they ask. It's almost like they're careful not to overstep. That's the sense I'm getting from this person. So what else can I channel from this energy coming through? This is someone who really sees you as the absolute ideal, whether it's the ideal friend, the ideal person to connect with, or maybe the ideal romantic partner, if that is relevant for you. But with the hostilities card, it's almost like I'm hearing fighting off other energies or fighting off other people, feeling protective of you. This is hidden, by the way. So this is something that this person is not communicating, but I'm getting this sense they are thinking to themselves that there are many people who would desire to connect with you or to be in your life, that you have a very highly valued time and energy. And this is someone who, although they're giving me a very gentle energy, they're also feeling very protective of you and their time with you. It's like this is someone who, if this is romantic, they're almost jokingly saying like, how many people am I going to have to fight off to reach you or to connect with you? This is someone definitely wondering about your other options and opportunities and imagining that there are many of them. Again, regardless of the context or the nature of this connection. But this is someone who really wants to fight for you in a sense, or fight their way into this new beginning, this next phase of your life. With the financial constraints card, it may be that this could be literal, possibly in work or finances. This may feel to this person as though they are limited in some sense. This might be a point of insecurity for them, wondering if they can fully provide for you or take care of you in that sense. But this also could be less literal if that's not connecting for you. And this could be some way that they're feeling restricted, or maybe this is some way that they're holding back fully being overt with how they're feeling because they don't want to overstep. Again, there's that sense of deep reverence. There's such a steadiness, a gradualness to the way that they're moving this forward, with the patience card as well. This is someone really playing the long game here in a sense. They want to connect with you for the long term. They don't want some short, fast spark that's really intense and really on the surface but burns out. They want to build something deep that's going to last for the long term here. Okay, so I'm going to be reshuffling the cards. I'm getting that at times this person may be a bit confusing to you because you might be unaccustomed to connecting with someone who is leaving out certain things from what they're saying. I'm not sure how else to put it. It's almost like you're used to hearing certain things or having certain types of conversations. And this is someone holding back a little bit in that sense, because again, they want to build something deep and lasting here. They don't want to keep things just on the surface. They don't want this to be some intense spark that just burns out. But from your perspective, you might be questioning their feelings or what they really want here, because at times things might seem to not be moving fast enough, but really it's the opposite. It's that this is someone who doesn't want something fast that's over with quickly. They want to build something deep and meaningful here. So for example, if this is a romantic connection, this person might begin by approaching you more so as a friend or in a platonic way, because they want to build that basis of a connection and a friendship. And I'm hearing an open line of communication. Maybe this is someone who wants an open line of communication with you first, and then they would be hoping for the overlay of that romantic connection. But another thing about this person is, even if they are harboring these romantic feelings, it seems like this person so values being in your life and how they feel being around you that they would really want to be in your life in any capacity. Again, just for those of you who are dealing with this in a romantic context. So let's go ahead and reshuffle here and see if we can channel more details about this. So how else is this person feeling at this time? Okay, we have the card beliefs, family. So some beliefs related to their family. Maybe these are beliefs that were passed down to them from family. These also could be beliefs about themselves that they developed as a child because of how they were raised. related to their sense of self or their self-worth, generational belief systems that they're dealing with here, that you entered their life to activate them out of. So maybe regardless of the nature of this connection, you may have entered this person's life to assist them in clearing certain generational beliefs that they developed through their family that have been holding them back from their highest potential. Yeah, because you're coming up here as the high priestess. So almost this mysterious, magical energy, someone who's highly intuitive, really connected to the spiritual realm. And it's almost like through meeting or connecting with this person, you've also been working with their subconscious mind, with their energy, with their beliefs, and beginning to open them up or activate them in some way. But all of that is happening very subtly. You might not even be aware of it. It's something happening spiritually and energetically just as a result of being connected to you, which, by the way, is very common for you, because I'm getting your essence, your energy tends to have this effect on others. So when you meet or connect with someone, once again, getting back to that inner journey you take them on within themselves, you naturally are working with them energetically as well, even if you're not doing it consciously. It's almost like your higher selves are communicating even more so than your physical selves. And so just by being connected with you, someone has the opportunity to address and release blockages and limiting beliefs within themselves, because these blockages will become obvious as they go deeper and deeper onto this journey within themselves through the correlation of connecting with you physically. And oftentimes, why someone will disconnect with you suddenly is because as you took them on this inner journey within themselves, they came up against an internal blockage that they were not willing to release, that caused them to backpedal internally and energetically. And this was reflected in the physical connection with you, because again, it is so, so true for you especially, that someone can only meet you as deeply as they've met themselves. And we all know that cliche quote, but it's quite literal when it comes to meeting and connecting with you, because you literally take others on an internal journey within that is directly correlated to their depth of closeness and getting to know you in the physical 3D realm. So I'm picking up on another energy. This might be the same person in a different energetic state for some of you. For others of you, this might be completely different. But because this other thread is coming up here and I'm going to address it, I want to say as well that we're going to go deeper into this Knight of Cups that we've been channeling, this person who sees you as their ideal, but might be a little bit hesitant at times because they're trying not to overstep here with you. We'll go deeper into that person's thoughts, feelings, and how that situation is likely to move forward based on the current energy in the extended version of this reading on Patreon. So if you are interested in those additional details and messages, the link to access the extended reading is in the pinned comment and description box underneath the video. We'll also look into some of those beliefs you might be helping them release within themselves. So I'm going to go ahead and center in on this spiritual kind of interaction that's taking place. Again, this could be someone completely new. This could be the same person we've been channeling, but in a different energetic state of being, because of course we do channel energies here, not necessarily specific physical people, meaning the same energy could connect with multiple different people or vice versa. It could be that different energies connect with the same person. I also saw the number 1919. This has been coming up recently some as well. And this number can symbolize that new beginnings require old endings. It symbolizes the cyclical nature of life. You have the power to create the life you desire through your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. Interesting. new beginnings, sweeping out the old. So some of those themes might be relevant for someone right now, since I did see that number coming up here. But I am going to go ahead and channel into this. So just to catch up here with the cards we pulled previously, we have the High Priestess, which is you being this very intuitive, beautiful, mystical kind of being here. And then we have the Knight of Swords reversed, which seems to represent someone who may be connected to you, who is, I'm hearing, out of their depth. This might be someone who feels mismatched to you energetically in some way, who you've triggered some kinds of insecurities within this person because of how you mirror so clearly back to others. Now, of course, this mirror is such a potentially powerful tool. It's a very rare opportunity connecting with you as a spiritual mirror, because someone has the chance to deeply introspect within themselves. But this person is feeling more triggered by the mirror at this time. And I feel that was reflected. I keep hearing ghosting. Maybe this person ghosted you, or suddenly stopped replying, suddenly dropped off or disconnected. This is someone who may have really shook you up emotionally, because typically I feel you're able to be very stoic in a sense. You have this very stable energy. You might do certain routines or rituals, or have certain supportive elements in your life or in your environment or your routine that really allow you to clear ground and stabilize your energy. I'm hearing very often you're so confident within yourself and so stable within yourself that people rarely shake you up emotionally anymore. But something about this person did seem to rattle you a bit. I'm not sure exactly why yet. We'll get into it, but it might be that you felt a lot of strong emotion for them. I'm hearing exception. Maybe you made some kind of exception for this person because you are, as this High Priestess, someone who is very intuitively guided, someone who listens to their heart, their emotions, who follows that energy. And there was something, wow, I'm feeling like my eyes starting to tear up. There may have just been so much profound emotion around meeting or connecting with this person. I'm getting past life connection. There may have been past lives shared together, and you felt the weight of that spiritual past with this other person through your early meetings or interactions. But I feel you made some kind of exception. Maybe you went out of your way to connect with them. Maybe you put yourself out there in some kind of way that you don't normally. I just keep hearing you went out of your way. It's like I see someone taking a detour, going out of their way for someone or something. Maybe this was emotionally. You allowed yourself to be a bit shaken up by this person or situation to kind of go along for the ride here because you sensed a spiritual potential. Maybe you have certain rules or standards for connection or for love or business or friendship or whatever, but you made an exception for this specific person because of the spiritual nature of your bond. Now, here I'm getting the Five of Swords. So this is someone sabotaging themselves through not communicating or not communicating from the heart. And for some reason, I'm getting the message, when you see someone living as you are in total freedom and authenticity, and you've not given yourself that permission, it's going to be a triggering experience and you're going to react against that person. And that's exactly what I feel happening here. I feel this person was initially drawn in because they sensed you as the High Priestess. They sensed that you had something really powerful going on. I'm just hearing the word wow, like you wowed this person. But as the energy settled, they became extremely triggered because you are authentically expressing yourself in ways that this person has not learned how to do and are not willing to do for some reason. I keep hearing something about content, external influences. Maybe this person buys into certain limiting belief systems. Maybe they listen to certain types of content or media, or it's almost like this idea of how something should be, maybe how they should be. For example, if this is a man or a masculine energy, they may have toxic limiting belief systems around how a man should be in the dating world, or how dating should be, or this, again, might not be romantic. This could be any kind of connection, but that's just one example. It's almost like this person has an idea of how they're supposed to be or how something is supposed to look, and they're allowing that to rule over their heart, to close off their heart. And actually, keeping their heart closed is affecting them in more than this connection. It's preventing them and blocking them from attracting what they really desire in all areas of their life. This is so often the case because if we keep our heart closed, we actually close ourselves off energetically to attracting what is in harmony with our highest vibrational timeline, because our highest vibrational timeline is aligned with the frequency of unconditional love, which we can only radiate and connect with when our heart is open. So on a spiritual level, regardless of whether this is a friend, a family member, a romantic situation, this is someone who spiritually you were meant to activate through the heart chakra and assist by helping them to open their heart, which was actually, as a byproduct, going to help this person manifest in all areas of their life. It's almost like they had a chance through this opening of their heart to connect with their highest vibrational timeline, but they self-sabotaged because they cycled back into limiting belief systems and have been defeated in some way. It's almost someone giving up trying to get to know you or connect with you because of how triggered they felt within themselves. This is someone resisting change or avoiding the inevitable with the Tower in the reverse position. Meeting you so activated their heart and so shook them up in the same way it shook you up. They felt the depth of this soul connection. Again, there's at least a past life connection, whether this is a soulmate, a twin flame. There's some depth of spiritual bondedness here. But this person was afraid of how much you affected them. They were afraid of how much you shook them up energetically and emotionally, because they knew that to continue following out that feeling, it would require them to change their behavior, to change their life, to soften their view of the world or of themselves or other people. Interesting. So I'm going to reshuffle the cards here. And I want to know any other information we can get here about this person. So I'm curious if I can channel anything else here about this person resisting change. So whether you realize it or not, this situation isn't necessarily over. So what's happened here is this person has been brought back to a decision point with the indecision card in the upright position. If they're not communicating or they've pulled back, this is because they felt highly triggered by the way that you activated their heart. But they're now being faced with the opportunity to make some kind of choice or decision. Now, ironically, what I'm picking up is you might feel as though this person has already made this decision or choice. You might feel as though this is completely over. Maybe you've been sitting at this decision point for a while, or things have been stuck for a while. What you may not know is that the decision really hasn't been made, even if they've gone completely quiet. This is someone who still is sitting kind of in that stagnant energy. I'm hearing not choosing to move this forward, but not choosing to shut it down either. Even if it appears to be shut down in the physical, this is someone who hasn't closed the door internally to you, even if they have gone silent in the physical world, but they also haven't made a move in the physical either. So there's this stagnancy. They're kind of in a state of limbo right now. So interesting. What is the most likely outcome? I'm actually getting that a strong energetic potential. Now, of course, you can never predict the future with 100% accuracy because it's all based on energy. So there are unlimited numbers of timelines futuristically that we can align with. And we align with a specific futuristic timeline by shifting our frequency in the now moment. So when we read into futuristic timeline potentials, really we are reading into the strongest potential future timeline based on the current energy. So based on the current energy, the strongest potential with this person, first of all, is that there's something very long-term going on here, meaning they might be stuck at this indecision point or this stagnancy for a while. But something is slowly and gradually working on their third eye chakra, sitting with their intuition. I'm getting it's your energy that's sitting with them. We've spoken a lot recently about the way that your energy affects others in this slow burn kind of way, and that's extremely relevant here. With deceit in the reverse position, so it may take a while in terms of physicality, in terms of physical 3D time, but this person seems very likely to ultimately come forward with some kind of truth or to approach you in some kind of authentic way, which of course is the only way someone's capable of approaching you consistently, because you are so connected with the energy of your own truth. Your throat chakra is so open. You are living so authentically that it almost creates what we've been calling this sort of ring of fire of protection around you, where the only things that can pass through the fire and reach you and really deeply, consistently connect with you must also be aligned with the energy of truth and authenticity. So this person has to uncover their own truth, their own authentic self within themselves before they will be able to come forward towards you with this truth. Know that they've been sending you a lot of heavy thought energy. Now, I might not need to tell you that because, of course, you are extremely intuitive, and I get that you've been picking up this person's essence. Even if this feels very over in the physical world, even if you've found ways to ground yourself and stabilize yourself after this situation, you've still felt or thought of this person periodically. They still seem to pop back into your mind. This isn't coincidental. This is through psychic energetic transference. So essentially, you are picking up on this person's energy. You are thinking of them, feeling things about them completely out of the blue because your subconscious is sensing the vibration of thought, heavy thought, by the way, that they are sending you. And you are interpreting that through your own physical senses, such as feeling their presence, thinking about them, dreaming about them, etc. Now, ultimately, I see that once this person pushes past, again, we're talking energetic potentials, so most likely pushes past their own insecurities and the triggered feelings of lack of self-worth in the solar plexus that connecting with you brought up within them. Once they move past this, their heavy thought about you and the way your energy has been sitting with them is ultimately going to push them to try for some kind of long-term harmonious connection here with the happy family card in the upright position. And I'm hearing because it's not going away, because the thought of you, the feeling of you isn't going to be something that they can shake. And that's just the way that your energy affects others. It sticks with them. It sits with them even when they are silent, even when they pull back, even when they're not communicating with you. And that seems to be how this person will realize that they need to take some kind of action here or push forward in some kind of authentic way. So in the extended version of the reading on Patreon, we will be taking a look as to how this person may approach you, what they might say to you, or how they might come towards you, as well as any details around that approach that want to come through. So if you do want those extended messages, the link to the Patreon reading is in the pinned comment and description box. But I am going to read one final message from the Rumi Oracle, and this card says, "You who show the way." And immediately when I flipped over this card, I heard, "Know your place." But when this came up, What I mean by know your place, the message coming through from someone's guides here is know your status in the spiritual realm. Solidify the knowing within yourself that you are not meant to be swayed by the doubts, fears, or insecurities of others or by the collective. You are the one showing the way. You are the trailblazer. You are the path forger. You are the teacher, the guide. Know your place in the sense that you do not allow anyone or anything, regardless of the past life connection you have with them, regardless of the spiritual potential you have with that person, whether it's a soulmate, a twin flame, whoever this is in your life, just someone triggering you in some way. Remind yourself of your place spiritually. Remind yourself that you are here to pave a new path. You are here to forge a trail forward that others can follow. You are the leader here. So I'm going to just read one final message from the guidebook here. And the guidebook says, this oracle comes with a special message. You are an inspiration. You are helping those around you, and even many of whom you are unaware. You are doing this because this is your path. This is your way. This is your gift to live a life dedicated to the growth of consciousness, and through that dedication, inspire others to receive the loving consciousness of the great beloved that can benefit them so greatly, no matter what their situation or circumstances. You are not doing this through any effort or will. You are doing this because this is your nature, your being, your way. Just as the sun breaks through darkness with its own light, shining light with its presence by simply being, so too does your inner sun, your soul. You don't have to understand this or do anything with the information given, although you may find it of comfort or even be shocked by it, pleasantly perhaps. It is just an acknowledgement of who you are and what you are, given freely because you are ready to receive such an acknowledgement. So that feels like a beautiful place to close the reading. Now, I will be heading over next to our Patreon Soul Tribe to continue this channeling. So if you're feeling guided to join there, then the link to that is under the video. Of course, if you feel a resonance with my energy, I invite you to subscribe, join our beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself, where I post more energy updates, inspiration, and information. Otherwise, I am sending you all so much love and light energy. Have a beautiful remainder of your day and week, and I will connect with you here again in Friday's reading.